Oxy is one of the most exciting Valorant players the game has ever seen.
Paranoia to come across, Plant still comes in no matter what. An assist from the wingman to get the clap onto RG, allowing Oxy to get his second ace of the VCT Americas.
He is one of the most mechanically gifted aimers in the world.
Every single time in his ult, couple of missed shots from Oxy finally. Oxy's hit everything!
And yet, no matter how hard he tries, no matter how hard he plays, he just can't win.
Fighting for tournament life, and they both crumble. If Crew want to keep their champ streak alive, they need to go on a run.
I think Oxy is definitely like next generation talent for Valorant. He is ridiculous mechanically. I just think he needs the right guidance in order to truly obtain like his true like potential.
Valorant's hottest Prodigy could be the game's next great superstar, but some of this game's greatest stars often burn out. What will it take for Oxy to become great? And how long can anyone truly stay on top in Valorant?
Bird available, working together, Sheriff and goes for his contact. Nice shot there from Oxy. The back to back, where's the communication? There's a third! Oxy on fire!
Okay guys, before we get into the video, just a quick reminder to please like the video, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and maybe even turn on notifications. It really helps. Thanks. So Francis Oxy Huang is the 19-year-old star of Cloud9's Valorant roster, turning heads and pulling off jaw-dropping plays that don't even make sense. And yet despite his incredible skills, Oxy has struggled to convert that into true success. He's always been cracked at basically every game he's ever touched, hitting top 50 in Overwatch on the North American server at only 14 years old before discovering Valorant during the pandemic.
And COVID hit, so I was like, wow. I have a Zoom class on the right, Valorant here. I was like, let me play some Valorant. And then I placed like a Platinum 3, and then climbed all the way up to Radiant in the first time.
He was an exciting young duelist, making a name for himself on Ranked by night while juggling high school during the day. His talent was undeniable, and over the next couple of years, it earned him spots on Tier 2 rosters like YFP and Dark Ratio. And it wasn't long before he started receiving offers from bigger orgs like Mad Lions and G2. But there was still one problem.
My brother convinced my mom, I was like, he's really good at games, he can do it. And my mom was like, no, for like 2 years or something like that, and then it finally let me go.
Oxy's older brother vouched for him, explaining to their parents that there was a real chance here to make some actual cash playing Valorant, and eventually they gave in. So he signed his first pro contract with G2 Esports in December 2022.
Shaz DM'd me, is like, damn, come play with us. I was like, wow, I'm playing with like Dapper, like a world-class player, and Shaz. I'm like, what is going on? And then Penny and Whippy, like they gone to like Iceland, and they're like, wow, it's just crazy. It's crazy I can play on a team like this. So I was like, let me join.
It's into the knives of Oxy and the rest of G2, who are largely still playing on site. Smoke expires, and Dicey actually gets the first really cleanly, but Oxy just jumping over the boxes. He's got 3. How about 4? And then full ace. Look at Oxy being Dollar out. Shot misses though. Dash charge, second opportunity. That one lands. Fault line does not quite connect. Oxy still has a chance to make more punish happen. He gets the second, and then the dash through. Knives are out. Oh my goodness! Oxy gets 4, and Penny finishes off map 1.
Simply put, his mechanics were incredible. Very few could stand up against him, and it soon became apparent that he might actually be one of the best duelists in the world. And he was so good that even despite failing to ascend to the VCT with G2, Cloud9 decided to take a chance on the young rookie anyway, signing him to their 2024 roster.
But I got a DM from my coach at me. It was like, are you willing to play franchising this year? I was like, yeah, I'm down. What team? And he said, Cloud9. I was like, sign me up. Now I'm here.
Now, C9 didn't exactly look as if they'd be a top team heading into 2024. Despite sort of overachieving in 2023, most people saw the team as a bit of a meme.
Being heard as loud as trying to go over 8 heavens. Now gets 2 points from Dizzy as the wingman comes.
It's probably true.
But despite the community's sentiment towards them, Oxy hit the ground running with Cloud9, quickly proving that he had what it took to compete in the big leagues.
실수를 저버립니다. 제일 좋은 그림이긴 한데. 와! 캉캉만 오퍼 잘 쏘는 거 아니다. 나도 잘 쏜다. 오퍼레이터. 진짜 어깨 끝자락만 보였는데. 오퍼레이터입니다.
And Oxy is a nutcase. Like Oxy is fucking
so
him.
good.
Like Oxy is so fucking good. It's unreal.
The two are connected. I mean, you can't play a passive strategy when you have a verified crackhead on Duelist playing for Jet for you. I mean,
they are so active. They are so active.
You couldn't get Oxy to sit and hold an angle.
And the incredible plays continued when he stepped onto the VCT Americas stage.
Bird available, working together. Sheriff in goes first contact. Nice shot there from Oxy. The back where's the communication? There's a third! Oxy on fire! Back towards the CT. Big paranoia to come across. Plant still comes in no matter what. An assist from the wingman to get the clap onto RG, allowing Oxy to get his second ace of the VCT Americas.
What is it like for you? I mean, it feels like it was just yesterday that all of us saw you on Twitch. You're a cracked out Radiant player solo queuing, and now you're here on stage going up against the best in the world. I mean, what is that like?
So much different. I play my matches like I play rank, so that's why you see these clips.
I do think he is just ridiculously talented, and I see like the skill there that cannot be taught. Like, I think when someone is there, like, and they are just locked in like that, like it's something you cannot teach, and it's something you have to find. So I definitely think that him for sure is like definitely a diamond in the rough for sure. And yeah, I just hope that C9 can give him the necessary resources for him to develop as a player, because I think within the coming years, it would be really exciting to see him at his true potential.
Oxy's performance through the kickoff event put him on everyone's radar. His raw mechanical skill allowed him to stand out as one of the best aimers in the league. But throughout 2024, Cloud9 didn't really achieve anything. No matter how good Oxy and his team looked throughout the regular season, they just couldn't get across the finish line when it mattered most.
They want to bring the fight now to Cloud9. Look at the bodies drop now for C9. Silas Boost is trying to see the round for his team. 2 kills to his name, but Jonah P stops him there. And G2 gets the first match of this series of the stage 1 of playoffs. Walking through towards the mark, and that's 3 players of G2. Looks like the plan was red and ready. Believe with 3 right clicks. Moose trying to fight back towards the tree. There's that smoke. The double drop. It might be it right here. Vanity. Moose left alone. Stuck onto the spike. Halfway through. Picked off. And G2 with the pick. On the rise as they move forward in the stage 1 playoffs.
There was a lot of pressure on Oxy to carry what otherwise looked like a shaky team. But trying to turn a Prodigy into the team's superstar is always a double-edged sword. Oxy would win rounds with his explosive entries, but his inexperience still showed when he overheated and pushed his luck a little too much. The pressure was on Oxy to succeed for the team, but realizing potential isn't easy, and realizing it in the moment is even harder. Oxy had talent, but talent isn't the only secret to victory. Despite the losses, Oxy's stats rivaled some of the best players in the league in stage 1. Only Aspas was rated higher than him throughout the regular season and playoffs. But how much does that actually matter if your team can't win? Or at the very least, qualify for international events. Oxy and C9 were hoping to improve upon their stage 1 performance and finally qualify for an international event. But after a string of losses in stage 2, they were put straight into a do-or-die match against Crew in playoffs.
Look to take some of this space. Heat's already finding a little bit of value. Make that 2 on the round. All of them fall apart. Crew make their debut on Abyss. Cloud9's pick and walk away with the 1-0 series lead.
Surrounded. If he can find a timing here, though, this would be ridiculous. Can Shy
do it again? No! Cloud9 avoid disaster of the most ridiculous kind. Fighting for your year. Fighting for tournament life. And they both crumble. If Crew want to keep their champ streak alive, they need to go on a run. And they've just taken a massive first step. They take down Cloud9.
Oxy's season ended in heartbreak. C9's year ultimately came down to 2 single elimination losses. This was supposed to be his and C9's chance to prove that they could take the next step and actually qualify for an international tournament. But they just weren't good enough.
I guess we weren't even scrimming correctly, I guess. But every scrim would just be like, just play it to play it. We weren't really like practicing, kind of, I guess. And also, we were looking good, as in like, we were winning every scrim, so we were, I guess, maybe even overconfident in our abilities. And like, that made us become complacent, so yeah.
Oxy has been touted as one of Valorant's most exciting up-and-coming stars. But he still needs to prove that he's worth the hype. Cloud9 seems to think so, considering they've extended his contract to 2028. But with his team continuing to make roster decisions that baffle the entire community, some people are worried that Oxy might never reach his full potential.
Yeah, that's like one of our real stars in the States, I think. I think he's like a coach away from just being like the MVP of the league. One IGL and one coach away from just being like the IGL on the best team in the league. But the right pieces need to be around him, for sure.
It finally seemed like Cloud9 had found a strong, fragging IGL to bring more firepower to their squad and maybe alleviate some of the pressure from Oxy. But according to them, Rossi wasn't the right fit. And after dropping Moose only a month before the VCT 2025 kickoff event, the team has little to no time to find a new fifth and prepare for one of the most important events of their season. A lot of the community wants to see Cloud9 fail right now, even though they want Oxy to succeed. After dropping players and bringing them back over and over again, from the outside looking in, it does seem pretty ridiculous. Everyone thinks that Oxy just needs the right support system around him to help him truly flourish. But with his teammates changing every few months, it's no surprise that his fans are beginning to get worried. Valorant is already a difficult game for players to remain consistent in at the highest level. Riot makes changes that shake up the meta every couple of weeks, and for most pros, that's a nightmare. When fans think of Valorant's GOAT, many of them point to Aspas. Brazil's superstar duelist has shown consistency in Tier 1 since making waves with Loud back in 2022 and lifting the Champions Trophy.
It's all on one. The last man standing, FNS, and after so much time, so many years of heartbreak at the hands of Optic, Loud beat them in the best possible way, becoming the Valorant 2022 champion. What a moment for the men on the stage.
His longevity at the top is unmatched by any other player. But what really allows him to shine is that his teammates understand how incredible he is and play around him. In some ways, Valorant as a game fights the idea that one player can truly carry every round. You need teammates to set the pins up for the superstar to knock them down. Oxy has potential, but he doesn't have enough support. Sure, there are moments where Aspas can make an incredible play out of nothing, but the difference between him and Oxy is that his teams have historically been more structured. C9 even admitted that their instructions to Oxy last year were to literally peak everything. And when it works out, he looks like a genius. But when it doesn't, it looks pretty rough. Now, to be fair to Oxy, he's still young, and some of the best esports players in the world have been in his position before. We've seen plenty of young, talented prodigies pop up out of nowhere in various games, but they're not always able to take the next step and become the stars that everyone expects them to. Some fizzle out and are forgotten, whereas others just need time to reach their peak. Simple, Nico, Chovy, these are examples of players who everyone always knew had the talent to be at the top of their sport, but they didn't necessarily start winning until they matured or found the right teammates who helped them reach their potential.
I think a lot of people can see how Francis is as a person outside the game, and that's kind of what he is inside the game. I think he's grown up from last year to now. I think he's matured a lot. I think he's very giddy, a very happy person, very easygoing. I don't think he's never been a bad teammate, obviously. He kind of just like in his own world, and he just does his own thing, you know? And it's like the perfect thing. He's never a problem. But I would say he matured a lot throughout the last season to now. I think he's kind of like gotten like not the jitters, but like the first VCT year. And I think he's like enjoying himself now for sure.
But what happens to the superstar who never makes good on their potential? Oxy has talent, but he won't have a bright future unless he can string together consistent wins. And while it can't all be on him, we've all seen Prodigies fizzle out without victory. 2025 will be an extremely important year for Oxy. He's looking to prove that his potential is real, that he can turn into a truly spectacular player. But then he also has to not flame out, like some of the Prodigies that have come before him. Oxy truly can become the best. But to do it, he'll need more than just the ability to click on heads. He'll need what every future star needs: a team that supports him, direction that enables him, and perhaps most importantly, he needs to believe in his own seemingly limitless potential.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring the notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit us up on our X, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.